Welcome to Truth, Money, and Freedom. Today is Tuesday, March 26, 2019. I'm bringing a different story to you guys today. Saudi slaughter. This is in the Sun. Saudi Arabia on course for record number of executions, including public beheadings in 2019, despite claims the kingdom is modernizing. Well, um, they're a big trading partner with the United States. There's all kinds of weird agreements we have with Saudi Arabia because we buy their oil. We protect them. We offer them every protection with our military, and they get sweetheart deals through the United States because of oil. But I, I'm thinking it's probably, and I know many people may not, care for this type of information, but um, I think maybe we should rethink this. Um, if you read this article here, um, the crimes for executions. Now, the basically drug offenses, of course, 21 were drug offenses. Other crimes include adultery, renouncing Islam. That's very interesting. Renouncing Islam, treason, espionage, burglary, as well as murder, terrorism, rape, espionage, and drug offenses. Um, Now, very few of these, in fact, the only thing I could think of is murder and possibly rape, might carry a death sentence here in the United States, but the rest of them, basically treason will, in most cases. Um, I don't know, guys. Um, if they're going to, okay, let's take adultery. Now, I'm a Christian, so I'm against, adultery anyway, but that's not a reason to take someone's life. Renouncing Islam. Holy crap. So if you're Islamic and you decide you don't want to follow Allah anymore, you want to follow Jesus Christ, boom, they behead you for simply that. Um, you know, uh, Burglary, once again, not an offense in the United States that's going to get you killed. You'll be prosecuted for it. You may spend a little time in jail, but you get time to learn about your mistake while you're in jail. Um, so, in order to actually put some perspective on this story, I went ahead and looked up executions in the United States. Okay, 172 is the projected amount of beheadings in Saudi Arabia, state-sponsored beheadings for crimes that I have already written off. Let's look at the United States. Number of executions since 1976. Boy, 99 was a big year with 98 executions. But look at, since 98, it's gone down. Well, it was down before 98, but 19 is 3, 18 was 25. Looking at the chart here, it's possible it may be slightly above 25 by the end of 2019. But um, we execute under different circumstances here. I mean, mass murderers get executed here. Um, People who take other people's lives. Now, this article also talks about, well, they're only the third biggest executor in the world of their citizens, behind China and Iran. Well, I found that even more disturbing. I know that China is very, very bad on human rights. Being a pro-lifer myself, I've known about China's misgivings towards the smallest offenses and then what they do to people, including religion. But if we're to be a moral country, maybe we need to lay down some rules here in the United States that, because currently money knows no morality. It just doesn't. Um, and that's because the people who handle the big deals generally are not doing it based on their morals. They're basing it on the profit they can make. So that's all they care about. And remember now what the Bible says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Maybe we should reconsider who we do business with. Who are our biggest trading partners? China and Saudi Arabia are on the top 3 for executing people for stuff like renouncing Islam or taking on Christianity as your religion. Burglary. Murder, I can understand that. Even as a pro-lifer, I am not for executing people, but that's one of the few that I can actually understand, although I don't condone it. Terrorism, rape, espionage. But this is something I think that we can ponder a little bit. Um, Saudi Arabia, big trading partner. China, big trading partner. And one thing that they do not tolerate is Christianity. If you are a Christian, chances are you're going to die, or at least be in prison for the rest of your life. So you can't, quote unquote, infect society with your belief system. So is this right? Is this fair? Is this how we should conduct business? I don't think so. I think this is something that the American people should understand about our two biggest trading partners, Saudi Arabia and China. They kill Christians. Let's just be upfront and let's be honest about it. Let's be truthful. We're truth, money, and freedom here. We tell the truth. We investigate to find the truth. And our biggest trading partners literally execute Christians. So that's something that we should, like I said, really think about. Maybe it's something some of you might want to have a conversation with some of your representatives and senators about. I tried it back in 2000. I went up against Roy Blunt in an email exchange that went on for a long time. He was at the time a representative for Missouri. He is now a senator. Um, and he disagreed with me very strongly. He claimed that he did talk to business leaders as well as priests and ministers all over his district. And they were fine with trading with China because, as he states, it'll give us a chance to have influence over them about um, the carnage that goes on there, the lack of respect for human life. Basically, he thought that this is the way he explained it to me anyway. Seems to me that we've done nothing in that regard, and China has more influence over us than we have over them. And so, big failure for Roy Blunt and all the other Republicans and Democrats who voted in China into the WTO in 2000, which, by the way, was a massive, massive mistake. Not only allowing them into the WTO, but also for the tariff terms, which we are dealing with to this day. So, all these people who have failed us and literally went for money. That's all they went for. Roy Blunt went for money for Walmart and Amway because those were two of his biggest campaign contributors during that time. And they wanted business in China. So they gave him money in his campaign, and he in turn, pushed for WTO in China, and they did get it. So the lack of morality, the corruption, leads us to some of the worst regimes in the world for trading partners. So I thought I would just kind of bring this up to you. And like I said, this is the truth of it. I'll link up these two articles down below. Thank you very much for listening to us today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.